Yo, what is up, everybody? We here for the Avatar Fire and Ash
Sir,
review. I'm
yes,
joined
sir.
once again by my boy Andrew. What's up, man? How you
What's
doing,
good,
man?
man? Chilling, man. Ready for this shit. Been waiting, dog.
Yeah, yo, everybody, Fire and Ash, Avatar. It's been a while since the last Avatar movie that came out. Um, Now we're here and we want to talk about Avatar Fire and Ash once again, directed by James Cameron. But first, we got to spend at least a minute to discuss the elephant in the room here. So we originally was told that the Avengers Doomsday trailer was going to be shown at the beginning of the Avatar movie. You know, they said that they had sent the Avengers Doomsday trailer to a bunch of theaters. And Andrew, you went to see the early showing on Thursday, right? Before it
Hmm.
actually came out on Friday.
Yeah, yeah. That's that story right there.
Oh, let me
Uh,
know how that went for you, my brother.
listen, man. So, along with waiting for Avatar to come out, 'cause I'm a big Avatar fan. I love the first one. The second one was good. It was great. And then, so I'm in for the third. And then, the caveat to it was what? Get to see the Avengers trailer first time.
Yeah,
Odyssey by Christopher Nolan, his next a blockbuster movie,
right.
right? I'm like, okay, we're about to see some trailers. I'm excited for it. So I'm there early. I always go there just for the previews, man.
Yeah,
So I'm there, man. 3D IMAX. Gotta watch this shit in IMAX. You can't watch Avatar without the IMAX 3D. So I'm
yeah,
there and I'm watching it. Same movie come out, trailers, the monkey one. I'm like, this fucking monkey movie is pissing me off, bro. And then you got they showed the new trailer for what's the dude's name? Play Star-Lord.
um the I know what you're talking about.
God, I hate that I don't know his name. Anyway,
Yeah, I know you're talking
he's got
about.
a new movie coming out with like some uh like a detective movie,
Yeah,
cop and shit,
that movie actually looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
futuristic shit. Like they yeah, they showed that. They showed the new Star Grogu and goddamn, I can't think right now. But yeah, so I'm over
So,
here. So it's going through, right?
mhm,
And then I'm waiting for it. I'm like, okay, it's gonna show. It's gonna show it. Nope. It didn't show shit. It went straight to the fucking movie. I'm just like, no.
yeah,
What is this? I was like mad.
yeah,
I was about to leave the theater, bro. Like real shit.
yeah.
But
Star Lord. So that was Chris Pratt. You was trying to
yeah, man,
remember
Chris Pratt, man. I don't know why I keep forgetting the goddamn name.
Mario himself.
Yeah, man. But
But yo, that's crazy because, like, you know, they told us that they sent the trailer out to a bunch of theaters and everything, and you know, the fact that you didn't see it was wild, right?
no, so
And
here's the thing. So here's the
yeah,
thing, real quick. So you went ahead and you saw it today, right?
yeah, I saw it on release
And
day.
you hit me up and he's like, yo, they showing the trailer. I said, how the fuck are they show? I knew they were gonna show the trailer on the day of.
Yeah,
Why they had to be like that?
yeah,
Then I went back to the theater today just so I can watch the goddamn preview. Mind you, I go to AMC and AMC got this thing where you got a program where you pay a month and then you can watch 4 movies for free for the week.
mm,
So I was like,
yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
I'm about to bust that and use Avatar again just so I can see the trailer.
yeah, yeah.
So I fucking go in there, same thing, 3D, IMAX, waiting. I swear to God, I was about to just watch it and leave because I already saw the movie. I'm not gonna wait here 3 hours, man.
this
And I'm,
this is how serious it is for us that we would go back to the movies to see if the Avengers trailer is actually shown. But go ahead. I'm sorry to cut
but no, yeah, you're right, 100%. I'm like, I gotta see this shit in the theater. I gotta see it in the big screen. Fuck a mobile app, man, or the
you. Right.
phone. So So I'm watching them like the same shit, the same trailers. It's like, oh no, this ain't this. What the fuck's happening? Why is this fucking theater's not doing it? I'm about to
Yeah.
kill the projectionist, man. Like, what's happening, bro? Why you not having this shit? So now I'm
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah.
know what? I got an idea. Let me go to the standard movie minus the IMAX 3D and see if
Yeah.
they show it. And sure fucking enough, they showed fucking Odyssey. They showed the Avengers trailer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a couple other movies. I'm like, oh damn, why didn't they show this shit in the other one? The new the Digger trailer for the Tom Cruise movie coming out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, man, it's some bullshit. But yeah, finally
Oh
got to see it.
man.
Thank God. Shit.
Yeah, that like it was crazy because you know when I went into the theaters, like I'm thinking, all right, they're not gonna show this movie, this trailer. But it was funny because they showed a shit ton of trailers, and then after they showed the trailers, then they told us, hey, put on your 3D glasses. So I'm thinking, oh, they're not gonna show it. The movie's gonna start. But then they showed more trailers in 3D.
Yeah,
They showed fucking Mandalorian and
yeah, the
Grogu, and yeah,
Mandalorian,
and then they showed the other one. What we was talking about? What's the name of that movie you was mentioning?
the monkey one or
No,
the
no,
detective one.
no, the other one with the
Eric.
the barbarians
Oh,
and
Odyssey.
Odyssey. Yeah. So they showed Odyssey, and then they went into the Marvel trailer, which the Marvel trailer was, we all heard about it. We all heard the leaks and everything. We kind of knew what to expect. It was a really short-lived trailer. They told us it was going to be like a minute and like a half long, and it was only like,
You got
like a
robbed,
couple
bro.
seconds. So it really wasn't nothing serious. But all right, enough about Marvel. You guys heard it from us. The Marvel trailer is out in theaters, so you'll probably see it streaming online at some point. But don't expect too much from it because I'm pretty sure if you're a Marvel fan, you already know what to expect. So
And if you're watching this and you don't see it in the fucking IMAX 3D, go to a standard once you can watch the trailer.
yeah. Which brings me back to my next point. Avatar Fire and Ash. If you are planning on seeing this movie, we highly recommend watching it in 3D. I mean, Avatar has always been something that, we watched in 3D from the very first movie to The Way of the Water, with now Fire and Ash. Best way to get this movie digested and really understand and see what's happening on screen is watching it in 3D
You got
because
you
there's a lot happening.
you got to understand, man. James Cameron spent years working on this. He built sets. I'm talking about he
Right,
spent over $1 billion on Avatar as a total so far, bro. Like, I think he
right.
spent maybe like 350 million on this movie alone, and it's big IMAX cameras underwater. Like these motherfuckers are really
Hmm.
going underwater in these movies. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know if you've seen some of the behind the scenes. They training them to breathe underwater for
breathe
7 minutes.
underwater. Yeah,
Like
I caught a couple the other
Sigourney
day.
Weaver out there fucking breathing, holding her breath for 7 minutes. Like crazy. They training them like Navy SEALs and shit.
Yeah,
James Cameron don't fuck around, man. He building sets. He's like, nah, I don't like it. We're not gonna use CGI underwater. It don't look right. Put him
yeah.
in the water.
Yeah. So, we got Sam Worthington back as Jake Sully and Zoe Saldana back as Natari. And, the Sully family is back in this movie once again. And, they're back to they're basically grieving the loss of their son. I believe it was their oldest son who, was taken out in Avatar, The Way of the Water. So, they have this whole grieving process going on. And within this movie now, basically you have a new tribe, which is the Fire Tribe, and to make the whole thing easier because they have a weird name to pronounce. I mean, let me check. I want to get their names right.
I
It's the
think
it's
they
the
call
Ash
them,
Tribe.
yeah, the
We could
Ash
call them
Tribe.
the Ash
They
Tribe,
call them
right?
the Ash Tribe. Yeah.
So they have the Ash Tribe, right? And they are basically trying to take out, the Jake Sully's family and the Water Tribe. So they have this whole issue with them, and then they also have the Sky People, which is of course the humans who are still trying to get the resources from the land. So they have this movie is what this movie is basically the how do I say this? There's so much happening because in The Way of the Water, I felt like The Way of the Water was more like B-roll. It was a lot of like scenery. It was a lot of like just showing the cinematography. It was a lot of showing how the visuals work, with the water and the sea creatures and everything like that. And this, you still have that, but it's less, it's less time on screen. You have more action in this movie. I feel like there's a lot more action. Like every time the Ash tribe gets involved, somebody's getting fucking shot or what I'm saying? Like it's war. It's all out war in this
Yeah.
movie.
So the leader of the Ash Tribe, old girl Ohana Chaplin. Ohana
Mm-hmm.
Chaplin. She if you guys don't know who she is, she played the wife that was pregnant in Game of Thrones.
Mm.
That got killed at the Red Wedding. She was the king's wife. What's the name? Fuck. Anyway, but yeah, that's the character. If you were wondering, that's who it is. And because I was wondering
Yeah.
myself, I was like, who is this? Who? Because a lot of people don't even know Kate Winslet in this movie too. Well, she was in The Way of Water, and then she's in
Uh,
this movie too.
yeah. and like he said in the beginning, we still have Sigourney Weaver who comes back, and she has the clone, the daughter that was cloned from Sigourney Weaver and became part of the Jake Sully's family and everything.
Yeah.
So this movie, the Ash Tribe, they basically get a glimpse of you know the weaponry that Jake Sully and his family is carrying around. They're not Jake Sully's wife Natari. She's still with her usual bow and fucking arrow. She's still shooting shit with the bow and arrow, but this time she's a little bit more advanced. They gave her a fucking like a goddamn rocket launcher with the bow and arrow. You know what I'm saying? So
Beast.
she's still traditional with it, but there's a lot more technology now. They're using more weapons, they're using more guns, and the Ash tribe wants to get a hold of that weaponry to take out, all the other tribes, right? And so the General Miles, he's still around. Fucking guy doesn't die at all. He should have died in part one. He should have died in part two. He even should have died in part three, but we're not going to spoil that for you. So, he's still around, still fucking shit up, you know, and he's still working for, the military, the usual military, and they're still working together to try to gather these resources from Jake Sully and his family's surrounding area, because obviously this land is worth billions of dollars, so they're trying to colonize this as typical reality. That's what humans do. They try to colonize something and then wipe out the remaining species that's there. So now they're trying to protect their land, but they're also trying to protect their tribe from the other tribe that's trying to take them out, which is the Ash tribe. So I mean, this movie, Andrew, first let me ask you: is there anything that stood out to you about this movie from the other Avatar movies?
Yeah, I'd say this was probably the strongest Avatar movie. Even though it's not a trilogy, right? We're getting a
Mm-hmm.
part four and five, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah,
But I think James Cameron said he's gonna probably step down and let someone else direct and take over, just like how
mm-hmm.
George Lucas did for Star Wars and all that shit.
Yeah,
But they're talking about like a show for the Sun, like a 9-part series, and then there are also obviously Avatar 4 and 5. But anyway,
yeah,
um, the real part that stuck out with me, which made me actually start saying, okay, we're getting somewhere. This movie is fucking is showing out.
yeah.
Is the chemistry between Jake Sully and Miles and General Miles or Colonel
Mm.
Miles.
Right, right.
There was a part in the movie where Miles shows up and they're getting ready to fucking take out the Sullys and the Water family
Mm-hmm.
or the Water tribe, and just the dialogue between them, the like Jake was not stepping down,
Yeah.
and then Miles is kind of just like, oh, you know, I can't, I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know
it,
that.
it kind of feels like they're developing like more of a friendship as time goes by, right? It's like they're kind of like, because you got to remember, and if you watched Avatar, Way of the Water, you'll know that Spider was created from the general, right? DNA. He's like created from him, right? So that's his son, right?
Yeah,
So they kind of have this bond because now Spider is a part of the Sully's family, but he is created from, General Miles's DNA, right?
yeah, and General Miles is he's definitely got some real good character development in his movie since part one. Granted, he's been the bad guy, the antagonist the entire time. You know, something about his acting and his character brings out so much fire to this movie. I think at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's not Jake Sully. It wasn't Zoe Saldana. It was fucking Stephen Lang, Miles, Colonel Miles that
Hmm.
stuck out to me that made this movie 10 times better. And
Right.
it's because, and I, yeah, man, he's fucking badass, bro. He's a
Yeah.
badass. That was,
Yeah. Yeah. And so this movie, first of all, let me just let you guys know, if you're wondering, is this movie good? This movie's fucking amazing. Okay, this movie is fucking awesome. Like, and I wouldn't have said that about Way of the Water. And I keep it 100 with you guys. Okay, Way of the Water was okay to me. Wasn't that great. Like I said, if I felt like Way of the Water was just showing it was just showing the production value of the movie. You know, it really didn't have that much for a movie that's like 2 3 hours long or whatever. You're sitting there and you're really just watching scenic stuff going on, like you know,
Yeah,
scenery. You know, you
it was definitely story driven,
yeah, it was more
and
story
and
driven.
and
Yeah,
and that was just James Cameron just showing out his fucking
yeah,
just like cinematography, the what he can do with these cameras and IMAX, like it's crazy.
yeah. Whereas this movie is 3 hours long, and when I say it's 3 hours long, yes, it's 3 hours long. God damn it! So this movie is 3 hours long, but you're sitting there, and I'll be honest with you guys, for the whole 3 hours, I was highly engaged. Like this movie kept me engaged. Like literally, I didn't even want to leave to use the bathroom, and I had to use the bathroom, but I held that mother.
Same,
Okay,
same, bro.
like I did not fold. You heard me? You
Bro,
heard me?
I had a bucket of popcorn, bro. I ate the whole shit. I'm like, damn, bro.
Facts.
I ate the whole shit, bro.
That's a fact. Yeah. So you know, so this movie was very entertaining. You know, from the set pieces, the design, the characters, the you know what they're talking about. You know, it's like you're it's so many different emotions because on one side of things you feel for the family because of the loss of their son. You know, the younger son, he blames himself for what happened to his brother. You know, the movie actually starts out with him, you know, actually, you know, having
Maybe.
a flight on flight, dog fight on them damn dragons with his brother, but it's like training, you know what I'm saying? So it was real emotional to see that, you know, they really have that emotion where it's like, oh my God, he just lost his family, he's blaming himself. Um,
And
so
I think that was the heart of this movie
yeah,
was the family, the son, right? You're gonna see the son progress. You're gonna see his character development. You're gonna see the tensions between the Jake, the father and the son. You're gonna see the tensions between Zoe
right.
and Spider and the
Hmm.
kids and the family. Like it gets crazy.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that, you know, because on one side of things, so now this is where the movie starts to take a turn because this movie, believe it or not, this movie has a lot to do with Spider. He plays a very important role
Yeah.
within this movie. Within from like the second half to the ending of this movie, it basically really revolves around him. So, you know, basically, and we're not going to tell you exactly why, but just know that in this movie he plays a very big role. And I actually didn't like Spider in
Same.
part two. You know what I'm saying? But he grew on me.
He grew on me for sure. Yeah. Same
Yeah,
because he was just a character there that was just like, okay, I understand why he's there. I guess
yeah,
it was kind of just to showcase the more of a reason why Colonel Miles is, or I mean, he was a part of Colonel Miles' character development to now,
right.
what it seems like, and then now Miles is or yeah, Spider is pretty much fucking the reason or kind of like they built the story almost around him as well.
Yeah, because they can't you know Colonel Miles he's not he can't kill him. You know, that's his son. You know what I mean? So he's just trying to capture him for specific reasons. You know, but at the same time, you know, the Sully family, he's a part of their family, so they're just trying to protect him, you know.
Yeah.
And they treat him like a brother, you know. It's really just a you know emotional you know roller coaster between him and the Sully family and the sister, and you know it's really great, and he really grew on me. And you know, the fucking dreadlocks, everybody got dreadlocks. You know, everybody's a Rastafarian. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just funny, you know. But I love the characters. I love like I said, Spider. He was great in this movie as well. Um, and you know what's the you know the mother that they pray to. What's the name of it again?
Awa.
Awa, right? Awa. You know, Awa. Awa plays a big role in this. You know, so like Awa shows ass in this. You know, and you don't really normally see that. You will see them, you know, pray to Awa a lot. You know what I'm saying? But in this movie, there's more to Awa than it normally than normal from the previous movies. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
just I mean, not to ruin it as well, but you know, kind of what happened in the first movie with what Awa did, you know, happens again here as
Yeah,
well. And Sigourney Weaver's character Kiri, she's definitely a major part in bringing that together as well. Because Awa is another one. Just almost every character in this movie plays a major part. What it seems like.
Yeah.
almost every character.
Yeah.
If you know
I
from the
feel like
first,
too.
if you know them from the first movie up until now, they either developed character and they have a bigger role.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I feel like that too. They
like like even the
mhm,
humans are, the guys that are coming on the trying to take over the planet and get one of those whales to start to gather that fucking DNA that costs millions of dollars back home type shit. Or
yeah.
I think it
Hmm.
or there's something special about it too. I think it like makes them live longer,
Yeah.
something like that. That was
Yeah.
precious blood or whatever from the whales. I forgot what they're
Yeah.
called.
Yeah.
But this
They got some weird names in this movie.
yeah.
We're gonna skip all past that. If you know the movie, then you know what we're talking about. But yeah, you know that like every like he's like Andrew said, every character pretty much plays a pretty big role in this movie. Like they have, I feel like I don't think no character was really like left behind in this movie. You know, and it was just great. You know, the the human element in this movie didn't take away from it either. I mean, once the action sequences started, you'll see that the humans they basically advanced as well. You know, the new technology, the new mechs that they have. They went underwater, they're in the sky, they're on. It's just like so much happening in this movie that I think you guys are gonna enjoy this movie a lot. This movie was really great. A lot of action, a lot of emotion, a lot of is everything like whatever you're looking for in this movie. I feel like it brought it.
Yeah,
You know,
for just for some advice for if you guys haven't watched the movie, if you got Disney Plus, try to watch the behind the scenes of the Avatar Way of Water and just see how they so much work that went into this
yeah,
movie.
yeah,
And it's more appreciative when you go in there and watch this. Like, if you're a big movie fan, right, and you see what James Cameron's done throughout his time, like, do me a favor and watch that. And then when you watch this movie, have a keen eye to this stuff because it's crazy. Technology
yeah.
nowadays, what they do in movies is crazy.
Yeah.
It's good.
And that's like he's like Andrew said, definitely go check that out because I feel like that also, makes the experience even more that worth watching, and definitely, I feel like you guys are definitely gonna love this movie. Andrew, I don't really have nothing else to say about this. I feel like Avatar Fire and Ash was, a great movie. I really don't have much to complain about as far as like what what this movie did or how they, performed this movie, or how it was, executed. I feel like it was a really big upgrade from the past movies, as far as visuals, as far as everything, and I have nothing but good things to say about this movie. So if you guys haven't seen Avatar Fire and Ash yet, definitely go check it out. If you have
Well,
watched,
hold
yeah,
on, I was
Andrew,
gonna
you
say.
had something to add to that?
Well, I was gonna say, man, like, what about you? You asked me the question, right? What was my favorite, or at least what stuck out to me the most? What about you? What stuck out to most the most to you in this movie?
What stuck out to me in this movie, honestly, aside from what was going on with Spider, because like I said, his role was deep in this movie, and something new happened in with him in this that kind of like made the movie. It went from a different turn. So now it's like they're trying to collect the resources, but now they're also curious about what's going on with him, right? They want to study him for something that's happening. So between Spider, and the fact that my girl Michelle Rodriguez isn't in this shit because she died in part one, which I'm mad. I'm still mad about James Cameron. You owe me that. You know what I'm saying? But
And what was funny that you bring that up because in the conversation he talks about his Spider's mom, and
mm,
I was like, and the way he explained how she died,
yeah,
I'm like, wait a minute. So, but I was like, but she, and then my first thing came Michelle Rodriguez. I was like, because he said she died in a plane crash or some shit like that. Like, Michelle Rodriguez died in a plane crash. Is that his mom? But then I'm like, wait, the timeline don't seem right because
yeah, no,
did
no,
she give birth and then we got introduced to Michelle,
no. I don't think that's his
right?
mom.
So
I
I
doubt
could
it.
I don't know. So that just made me think about when you said Michelle. They're like, yo, because I was in the movie, they're like, who's his mom? What the fuck are they talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah,
Which
you guys, if you know who Spider's mom is, let us know because maybe we missed that part, But I'm not sure who his mom was. I just
I
know
don't
his
think they ever
dad is
showed
the
it.
colonel. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's strange, but but like I said, I like the relationship between the leader of the Ash people, and the colonels. They developed this whole relationship they got going on. So I
That
mean, that
shit was
kind of stuck
fire.
out. yeah, that kind of stuck out, also. I feel like, that was a little interesting to see also. And I like the actress who played that part. I like her, her role. I like she was deep, I mean, she was like really like a leader. She was a clan leader. She was ruthless. So I dig her, and her against Natari, when they fought and everything, all of that stuff was pretty interesting, So like I said, everybody in this movie pretty much stood out. They had their own time to shine, so I don't feel like any character didn't get a good role or you know, a good time, to play their part in this movie. I feel like everybody pretty much did what they had to do, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, man.
you guys, thank you for watching this review for Avatar Fire and Ash, you know what I'm saying? Like, once again, this movie's amazing. Go check it out. Make sure you go see it in 3D because this shit is fire in 3D. And once again, thank you for watching. Remember, guys, it isn't cinema unless it's absolute cinema. Till next time, this is your boy Hidden Token, Andrew.
Yes, sir. Holla
Yo,
at you, dog.
thank you for
Appreciate you,
watching,
man.
guys.
Yes,
Take
sir.
care. Yeah, yo.
Oh shit, let me stop my recording.